Welcome to Tu Casa Style.
Good morning, New Mexico. I'm Chad Brummett.
And I'm Rachel Jordan, and this is Tu Casa Style.
And it is also
Friday the 13th.
Are you a superstitious person?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Are you really?
I will never walk under a ladder. I will never step on a crack. And I have my own superstitions in my head. So I'm a nut, certifiably.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
what about you?
You know, I somewhat do. The ladder thing, yeah, I don't do it. It definitely kind of freaks me out. I don't get that freaked out about, you know, the black cats you just saw
No.
there. I do, I'm a big fan of scary movies.
Me too.
So I like Friday the 13th. I actually have a little Jason Voorhees
I know,
tattoo.
I saw it today for the first time. It's cute.
Yeah,
It's not
so,
scary at all.
Yeah, so, you know, it's, it definitely, I don't know. I kind of take it with a grain of salt sometimes, but
Is there a full moon tonight?
I don't believe so.
That would be something to look
Yeah,
into.
no, I
It's
don't
feeling
believe
like
so.
it already today.
Yeah, there are a few things that have kind of been like, it's Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
That explains it.
Yes.
So it is one of those days though that I'm happy when it's done. You know,
Yeah.
but I'm like, oh, it's Saturday the 14th.
Well, you know what? Usually on Friday the 13th, there's a Friday the 13th marathon.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I gotta
on
look it up.
Sci-Fi.
Oh, on Sci-Fi. Well, there you go.
That's my
I
night.
think that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'll hop
that's
on
right.
and check it out. Also, some big news that I wanted to share, and it's very great that you're here to talk about this for
I know.
CW Star. Big news on two of our sister stations. Supergirl is moving. Of course, it's been on CBS.
Yes.
But now it's coming to your home.
That's right.
Yeah.
So now we have basically all the DC comics.
Yeah.
We have Arrow, we have Flash, we have Legends, DC Legends of Tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and we have iZombie. So this is cool.
Yeah, and I think it's good that I think that it's a very good move for the show because the show. It's a good show, but it never felt like it belonged on CBS. It really felt like a CW show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you were saying before, Annalise wanted to be Supergirl
Yeah.
after watching it on CBS.
Yeah,
and,
and
it's a
I
good,
think that's
positive
important.
show for
Exactly,
females.
because you
Yeah.
don't have that many female superheroes. You don't have Wonder Woman on, you know, on syndication on network.
Right.
So it's, you know, we only watched one episode, and after that, Annalise, you know, was like, oh, I want to be Supergirl. So it does give that positive thing. It is a lighter superhero show. It's
Yeah.
not as dark as, you know, like Gotham, say, or you know. some of the
Well,
other
maybe
ones.
it will change. Maybe
could,
it will
yeah.
change to match because the Flash, Arrow, they can be dark.
Yeah.
Fun fact though, Arrow, the Flash, and DC's Legends of Tomorrow, they're all filmed in Vancouver.
Really?
Yeah.
That's.
Which is like a gloomy place.
It is, yeah, kind of. It can
so
be, but
maybe
it's
things
also a
will
very
change.
pretty city,
Yeah.
and a lot of film that's done there, a lot of film and TV that's done there.
Yeah.
So that's good to know.
Here's a little fun fact too, which I forgot to tell you guys. There is a solid chance that the X-Files will be changing over to My50TV.
Really?
Yes, brand
Oh.
new programming too, not reruns.
New episodes of the
Yeah.
X-Files. Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So stay tuned for
oh,
that.
I got to keep my eye on that. That's
yeah.
one of my favorites.
Big things this fall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and we'll kind of cap it off on this. On the other side of that too, we lost some of the shows. The
Yeah.
Grinder, Grandfathered, they are getting the axe here on Fox.
is a
Unfortunately,
shame.
yeah, they're great shows. They, you know, and I loved The Grinder. I think that Rob Lowe and Fred Savage were fantastic in
Me
it.
too.
But you know, it could make the way for some new shows that really stick. You know, because we've had a lot of great ones like New Girl. You know, that really has stuck. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That have really found a good calling. So maybe it opens it up for the shows that'll really land right here
Yeah.
in Tucson.
I love looking forward to that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
yeah, me too.
And you were saying before that Containment got the axe as
Yeah,
well.
from what I hear,
on the
Containment
CW.
not coming back. Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah, it's a
I
crazy
loved
time of year. The
Containment.
upfronts are always a crazy time because
Yeah.
it's shocking to see what shows are not making it, and sometimes, really, they're keeping that. But
Yeah.
anyway, lots to come, both on all of our stations, CBS, Tucasa, to check it out. All right, let's move on to our top talkers of the day. This one is crazy. Thousands of air travelers were forced to fly without their bags yesterday. It was all due to a broken checked bag screening system at the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. The TSA says the machine screens for drugs and bombs, and the problem started early Thursday morning. Now, a special team was working to fix the computer system, but by the afternoon, some 3,000 bags, you see
Wow.
them there sitting in a parking lot, piled up waiting to be screened. K-9 units from different airports were brought in to help detect dangerous or hazardous luggage. No word yet on what caused the outage. From what I understand, too, some of those pieces of luggage were being diverted to other airports. They were being flown securely
Right.
to other airports. taken through their screening, and then they will be flown to their final destination.
Seeing those images gave me a mini panic attack.
Do you travel a lot? Do you fly a lot?
I do. Just because my family is on the East Coast, I fly a lot, and my biggest fear is losing baggage.
Losing the luggage,
it really is. Have you ever lost baggage?
No, fortunately.
Yes, knock
Here,
on
we'll
wood.
knock on Friday the
Yes,
13th.
Friday the
here.
13th. Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, I have not. I've had a lot of friends that have, and I had a friend of mine that actually she traveled overseas, got to her destination, and everything, all of her was just gone.
Oh my
Fortunately,
gosh.
the airline gave her money to buy toiletries, buy clothing, until they
That's
could
cool.
return it.
New wardrobe.
Yeah,
That would be
that's
kind
exactly.
of
Yeah,
exciting.
exactly.
But no, carry on all the way.
Yeah, I try to do carry-on whenever
Yeah.
I can. I try to pack as light as possible because I just don't want to check luggage.
Yeah. And we will be talking about packing later on.
Yeah, that's true.
And the
exactly.
next segment.
That's exactly
Packing
true.
is the worst thing in the world. And
Yeah.
I always pack like my most beautiful clothes because you never know
Right.
what you're going to encounter.
Yeah.
So I'm always praying. As soon as I get down to the baggage claim, I'm praying. I'm like, please no,
Please be
please
there.
no, please
be
no.
there. All right.
Yeah. But it kind of stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, moving on. Homer Simpson character made a name for himself on TV, and now the character is appearing live. How cool is this? At the end of this Sunday's episode, Homer will answer fan phone calls live on the air for 3 minutes during both East and West Coast air times. It's the 595th episode and the first time an animated show has attempted to do this. This is so cool. The animation is made possible by motion capture technology, which will track the head and arm movements of actor Dan Castellaneta, hopefully I pronounced that right, the voice of Homer. There will be a 7-second delay to ensure pranksters don't get any inappropriate questions on the air. The show's producers say they wanted to do something like this a few years ago, but technology wasn't up to snuff. The Simpsons' 27th season ends May 22nd.
Talk about a show that has
Yeah.
stuck.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is going to be fun. When this was first announced, my first thought was twofold. Yeah, how are they going to do the animation, and how are they going to stop the people that might want to
Yeah.
drop certain inappropriate comments on air?
Have you ever heard of anything like
No.
this happening before? Neither have I. I would never even think it would happen.
So exciting though.
I can't imagine. I mean, what kind of questions do you think someone would ask?
I'm sure there's got to be some really creative folk out there that are
Right?
gearing up for this. That they've got questions that they have vetted with their friends.
Do you
and-
think it would have to relate to the episode?
I don't necessarily think so. I mean, if you think about it, because if we're talking about a show that has been on the air, obviously 27 seasons, it has been on so long, there
Right.
are a million questions that you could ask,
Yeah.
about Homer, and ask Homer regarding Springfield. One of the big questions that I think that they've been very clever about over the years, which state is Springfield in? That's
True.
been a big question.
True. What would
Because-
you ask Homer?
Probably where is Springfield and
He's
which
not gonna
state
tell
is
you.
Springfield. Yeah, but that's the only way that he may not
That's
tell me.
true. That's
but I got to
true.
give
It's
it a
your
go.
only chance.
What would you ask? Is there
Jeez,
something
I
you
don't
would ask?
know. I don't know. I do think about that every time I watch The Simpsons. I
Yeah.
used to watch it all the time with my family.
Oh, I love it,
Growing
yeah.
up, but I kind of phased out of The Simpsons.
Did you really?
I'm not gonna lie.
I kind
Yeah.
of ebbed and flowed through it. There were a few years that it seemed the writing kind of dunked, and then it came back.
It's
The
a
last couple of
classic.
years, yeah. And I love the first few seasons. I've got some on DVD. I've got some, on iTunes
Yeah.
that I've bought the entire season.
27 seasons.
That's amazing.
Is that 27 years?
No, I don't believe
Or
it
maybe
started.
like
yeah.
15.
Yeah, it started. It started off on the Tracy Ullman Show, which was here. It was one of the big
Yes,
primetime lineup
yes.
shows when Fox really just kind of launched everything out. And it's funny when you see the animation on Tracy Ullman, how different it is. It's just so different. It's
Yeah.
so bizarre. But obviously, it has done well. The show has been very interesting, and I think it's been
Yeah,
it's
it's
been a lot
still
of fun.
going.
Yeah,
I'll tune in this
absolutely.
Sunday for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I know what I'm watching Sunday night.
Yeah.
All right, well, Johnny Depp is telling the world how he really feels about the prospect of a Donald Trump presidency. Depp said Wednesday that if Trump wins the White House, he'll be the last U.S. president. That is according to The Hollywood Reporter. Quote, "It just won't work after that," the actor was quoted as saying. Now, Depp played Trump in a fake show, Funny or Die, this winter produced, and it was all about the art of the deal. They made this, and it almost is an hour long. I mean, it's a legit thing. So the premise behind the show that they did, the idea was that they produced it on, I think it was supposed to air one night, but Sunday Night Football preempted it.
Okay.
And it's supposed to have been shot in the 80s, so it's got the feel, that it's in the 80s. And it's based on Donald Trump's book, The Art of the Deal. And Johnny Depp is so fun. I mean, the whole premise is really funny.
Yeah.
The opening credits say, you know, The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump, edited by Donald Trump, written by Donald Trump, directed by Donald, starring Donald Trump.
He's such a talented guy.
Yeah,
I
and
love Johnny Depp.
And it's an interesting story. I'm curious what he means that it just won't work. That it's like,
Well, I mean, I never thought about it until I heard this, but think about it. What would be next? If Donald Trump is next, what comes after Donald Trump?
Kanye
West, yes, exactly, exactly. Lindsay Lohan?
no,
What's
no.
next?
Well, you know, I mean, it's interesting because, you know, we've talked about it on this show quite a bit about the fact that this has been completely an unprecedented election cycle. So I don't know. And, you know, it's the last couple of days, you know, especially because Trump is really trying to unify, and he's trying to reach out. He's trying to reach out to Paul Ryan, who still, even after a successful meeting yesterday, did not give Trump an
It's
endorsement.
awkward to watch, isn't it?
The whole thing is very, very bizarre. And
Yeah.
so we are treading completely uncharted territory here. But it's funny to me that Johnny Depp, he's just like, it's just not even going to work. What's not going to work? It just the whole thing, the whole idea.
I cannot. This is a crazy time we live in.
He'll just be on his island. That's the deal.
Yeah.
He's so rich he owns his own island. He's like, you know what, we're going to go to my island.
See you later.
I'm going to play on my pirate ship and everything will be fine. All right, let's move on to our viewer top talker. Folks, this is your chance to chime in on our morning discussion. Well, Duke City ranked higher than Los Angeles and Chicago on a list of America's favorite cities. I know, right? It's impressive. According to Travel and Leisure magazine, the Duke City was named 6th out of 30 top cities. Readers rated Albuquerque especially well for its bakeries, such as the Golden Crown Panaderia, where the loaves of the signature New Mexico green chili bread are decorated with howling coyotes. But, and this I kind of argue with, since man does not live on green chili bread alone, Albuquerque also scored well for our beer and diners. Readers also applaud the city for feeling like a good value. So we want to know this morning, folks, what do you think? Why do you think the Duke City is such a great destination? And Rachel, because I'm very biased. I grew up here. This is my home. So for someone that is a transplant, you come in. What do you think makes Albuquerque so special?
I have to say, the first time I came here, and this is weird, it's not a sexy answer at all, but the sky, seeing the sky so big when I was in the passenger seat. When we were driving down 25, I was looking around, I was like, wow, it's unlike anything I had ever seen before. And the mountains. I feel like people who grow up here, they don't really, I don't know, take it for
they don't
granted.
appreciate it. Sure,
yeah,
absolutely.
And it's so crazy to look out and see it every day.
Yeah.
It's
you know,
awesome.
and it's funny because there is a lot of artists, and those wide open spaces here in the open skies drew a lot of people here, drew Georgia O'Keeffe here, and she stayed because she was so struck by the colors and by the sky and the landscape. And she is not the only artist. The Taos Pueblo blew up, the Santa Fe colony, the Albuquerque colonies, they all blew up because of that. So I hope that people can appreciate that they stop and they take it in.
It's breathtaking.
Yeah.
It's beautiful here. The weather, I could go on forever. The weather is beautiful.
Yeah.
And you know what? Whenever people come out to visit, it's always the food. The food is amazing here.
Yeah.
And it's not something I would have thought of before coming out here, but the food is really spectacular.
And it's very different and very unique. Even when you go to other cities, I mean, we obviously we have Mexican food here, but we have New Mexican cuisine, which is, I mean, you cross the border to Arizona, Texas, you can't get it. It's
even
just,
like
it's
all
just
the
different.
local organic stuff. It's good. It really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very, and I love the quirkiness. I love the Albuquerque. That's one of the things that I love about our state is that it really is a hub for unique people, unique features, unique places, things. So,
it's
so many things to
different
celebrate.
place, for sure.
Absolutely. We'll share your responses, folks. Let us know what you think makes us such a great place. We'll share your responses in the bottom of the hour. But when we come back on Style, we are taking a look at how you can get the right fashion for your summer trips this year.
Plus, we'll be taking a look at the winners of the Travel with Book contest at the Public Library.
That's right. Stay with us. More Style ahead. But before we head out to break, let's send things over to Tanner Thompson from Hollywood Today Live for your Daily Wrap.